kind of what we expected, Blue Jay fans. We know, if you guys are really hardcore Blue Jay fans, you'll remember and you'll know that when this team finds a way to face a guy, one, they've never seen before, two, is a highly touted prospect, three, is making his major league debut against the Blue Jays, it usually doesn't go well for the Jays. I think it was Danny Salazar or Carlos Carrasco back a couple of years, or like 3 or 4 years back. The Jays faced him in either of them. I'm not sure which one in their major league debut. He lit us up. It was awful. Now they came out to be very good starting pitchers, obviously. Now Fernando Romero, if I'm not mistaken, he's a highly touted prospect in the Minnesota Twins organization. Gets the call up today, and looked great. 5 2/3, 4 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts in his almost 6 innings of work. He was great, held the Jays to really nothing. Got in some dangerous times at some point, but the Jays could not come up big. They could not get a clutch hit to save their life. They only get 6 hits in the ball game, and they go 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Not a great night for the Bats today. They couldn't get any help from the Minnesota Twins booting the ball today, but you know what? I kind of expected it, just because of who was on the mound for them. And a lot of people this year would say, well, you know, Marcus Stroman's on the mound for the Jays. That's probably why they lost too. No. Marcus Stroman was very good. Other than a home run to Eddie Rosario and a tough time in the 3rd inning, they got an RBI ground out. But other than those two, he really dialed in and looked real good. And he was talking post-game about mixing in something new and a way to keep the ball down for him. And it clearly worked today. I mean, yeah, he made some missed pitches. Oh, well, everyone's going to do that. No one's perfect. Well, look at Chris Sale against the Blue Jays. Give up 2 or 3 home runs. Do you expect that on a daily basis? No. But it happens sometimes. And Stroman really dialed in, going 7 innings, giving up only 6 hits, 2 runs, walked, and this is the big one, 1 batter and striking out 5 guys. But unfortunately, like we said, the offense wasn't there, and he picks up the loss. He's now 0-4 on the year, but he does not deserve it. That is why the win-loss column is a complete bogus stat. You can have a guy pitching under a 2 ERA, but if your bats are garbage, you're never going to win any games. That's what Chris Sale was on the White Sox. You know what I mean? And Marcus Stroman, he didn't get any run support today, and he hasn't been good to start the year. So it's kind of a double whammy here, but great to see Stro really come through there down the stretch there. And the Jays, like I said, they had opportunities to get some runs. They had quite a few times I saw the leadoff runner on base. They couldn't do anything with it. You know, and you go to the bottom of the 8th, and the Jays looking to clean up that bottom of the 8th, go to the top of the 9th for one last chance, but Aaron Loup just can't do it. Goes 2/3 of an inning, giving him 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and over the last couple outings hasn't really looked the greatest. ERA back up to 5.56 for Aaron Loup. He has really looked rough. That pushed the lead at the 4-0. Carlos Ramirez comes in, walks a batter, but gets a strikeout to end that garbage inning that was. Actually, I think Carlos Ramirez walked I'm not sure who walked the runner in. I totally forgot that. But, you know, the Blue Jays, look, they suck today. And John Gibbons gets tossed because Aledmus Diaz, he must have heard somebody say something or what. It looked like it might have been a hit-and-run play where the ball was way out of the zone. Hernandez check swing, he fires it down to second, and Aledmus Diaz kind of stops halfway, and we're like, what just happened? He clearly seemed confused. I don't know if he heard foul ball. I don't know if he heard someone to slow up, or I don't know what happened there, but he stops dead. Gibby comes out, I don't know, I think he got thrown out from the bench, and then he comes out after getting tossed, and that was just a weird thing that happened there. But you know what? There are positives to take out of this game. Number 1, Kevin Pillar stays red hot. He goes 2 for 3 in the game, walks once, and his average up to a 324 with a 374 on-base percentage. And last season, guys, we know the great April that he had. We know what that amazing April he put together. But in the month of May, he was awful. First 2 days of May here, he's been very good. Now, again, it's only 2 days in May, and there's still a lot of season to go. But what we've seen so far from Kevin Pillar in April and the couple days of May we've seen, when he does chase, he's not just chasing to stay alive. He's chasing to actually get a hit. As he said before, he's trying to stay up the middle. And he has, and it's paying dividends because he is looking very good for the Blue Jays. And, hey, another positive, you end your 3-series losing streak. You win the series against the Minnesota Twins. Whatever happened today, it didn't matter because you won the first 2. Jays have won 3 in a row. They lose today. Oh, well, but it's what you do after a loss that really tells the story about this team. 17-13 on the year. I'm not complaining. And, hey, great news, Blue Jay fans. It looks like Josh Donaldson is ready to return. He is going to be, if the weather holds up, in at least one of the 2 games tomorrow against the Cleveland Indians. It's a doubleheader, 1:10 first pitch and 4:40 first pitch, if all goes right. And the weather, I mean, it looks like it's supposed to be okay in that spell. It looks about 7:30. It's supposed to, the heavens are supposed to open up, so hopefully they can get the games in there. Look, we're going to break down these matchups real quick. Jaime Garcia versus Carlos Carrasco. Carlos Carrasco, what happened there? And Jaime Garcia, again, has really had a tough season so far. You know, he had a great first couple outings, but then, I mean, in his last, 3-4 outings, he has really not looked good. Giving up some home runs, not throwing strikes. I mean, you look at the last 2 games, he's walked a total of 7 guys in the last 2 games. That cannot be happening. I know I was at his last start, and he just really couldn't find the zone. So for Jaime Garcia, it's being able to just throw quality strikes, and he'll be fine. And that's game 1, tomorrow at 1:10. And game 2, Joe Biagini. He's getting the call up once again, obviously, for the doubleheader he did a little while ago. Adam Pluco. Looks like he's going on the mound for the Cleveland Indians. I guess that's the traditional doubleheader as well. The whole, we brought up a guy, they're bringing up a guy for game 2, so that, I don't know what's going to happen there. It's a 4:40 first pitch there. Look, you win one of those 2 games, hey, you've won that series against the Cleveland Indians earlier in the year. You won the first game, then the rest got rained out. So you play 2 of them tomorrow, you win 1, hey, you won another series. It's back-to-back series wins, technically. All right, so I'm pumped. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video. And you know what? You guys have enjoyed Blue Jay baseball over the last little while. Yeah, they didn't play well today, but Stroman was great. That's a big thing for this team. All right, so hit that like button if you guys enjoyed this one. Hit that subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below what you guys think of this game. What do you think of Marcus Stroman in the game? Where do you think Josh Donaldson's going to play tomorrow? Do you think he's going to DH? Do you think he's going to play third one of those 2 games? Do you think he's going to play both? I don't think so, but who knows? And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow, podcast edition. So when this thing is uploading, this podcast, the Jays game will be underway in game 1. All right, so we'll talk to you guys podcast edition tomorrow. Link is in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes. Link is also in the description for Twitter. Please send me a DM, follow up, all that great stuff down below, guys. Go check that out. And we'll talk to you guys Raptors edition tomorrow night. It might be a later upload. Again, weather permitting, because I have my first baseball game of the season for me. Again, depending on the weather, if the weather's garbage and our game gets rained out, the Raptor video will be uploaded to you guys right after the game. If not, it'll be uploaded a little bit later, all right? So that's game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Raptors, I think everybody in Raptors Nation, Canada, anybody who's a Raptor fan knows this game is a must-win. You cannot go down 0-2 going to the Q having never won a playoff game there. You cannot do that. All right, so we'll talk to you guys then, and we'll talk to you guys Blue Jays edition. We'll be able to get game 1 into you guys for sure. But game 2, again, baseball permitting, game 2 might be uploaded when the Raptor video is uploaded, all depending on the weather. I'll keep you guys posted on Twitter, though. Don't you guys worry. So we'll talk to you guys Blue Jays edition. Doubleheader tomorrow. Game 1, 1:10. Jaime Garcia, Carlos Carrasco. Game 2, if weather permitted, Joe Biagini versus Adam Pluco. 4:40 first pitch. We'll talk to you guys then.